with B-Bad and Brandon.
No, it was lovely. I am now an online sauna coach.
I do not see the issue.
I'm trending. I'm going to break away and start a subcategory inside the online coaching space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now an online sauna coach. That means I do my online coaching from within the sauna. It was excellent.
I think that is absolutely unreal. I'm actually quite jealous.
Slip into the DMs and you can have yourself a sauna coach ready to go.
Sauna. Do they get pictures of you in the sauna?
Yeah, that's the premium.
Oh,
that's the premium.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Got to have the premium package.
Yeah, premium package includes photos in the sauna. Absolutely. Got to get paid. But no, lovely morning. We coached some people today, which was nice. 5:15 squad, big hype squad. You should come in sometime. You'd fucking love it. PJ's there.
I do. There. Carl keeps reminding me, and I'm just like, Brazzy.
We're deadlifting. It's fucking hype squad, bro. 6:15, everyone's gone. It's so
love
sick.
that.
And then, yeah, a bunch of humans, and then we had little saunies, and then here we were podcasting.
No, mate. Yeah, it's actually I like it. It's been wholesome. That sounds wholesome.
I wrote down. Well, I don't know if you're probably ahead of me, but I saved the questions we were asked.
I just pulled them up too. Which one did you want to go through first?
I will ask you first. More mindset stuff. This is from Andy. Shout out, Andy. More mindset stuff interwoven with other episodes. Your own thoughts on it would be interesting. I guess our own thoughts on how mindset plays a part in training, perhaps.
Yeah, we can go from that perspective.
I think that could be what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an interesting question because right now, like I'm made a bit of a post yesterday. I'm not training as frequently or as intense or as I'd like, purely because there's a lot of balls in the air that need to be taken care of, juggled, and but for the most part, I struggled with that. I'll firstly be the first one to admit I actually struggled with having to take a step back. I think if, a couple of weeks in, started to feel a bit different in my body, thought I potentially looked different in the mirror. So I think a few, for lack of a better word, body issue, image issues kind of popped up for me. I was like, but mindset around that has been just like, it's not forever. Right now, it's not forever. Right. It's a busy period, and I'm still. I've set myself like micro goals in a week now. So if I have 30 minutes, I'll warm up and hit as many sets of bench squats or RDLs that I can.
So I think that's a good point. Even when you don't have a big, like us, our world is powerlifting. So powerlifting, I'm going to do the comp, I'm going to PB, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Even when those things don't exist, you can still create and have small training goals like a normal human, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And really get around those.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's helped me significantly go, okay, cool, I've got 30 minutes. And I think a lot of it came from off the back of talking to Pat Morrison, that episode, and seeing what he was able to do with such minimal time. And it's like, okay, well, I can still create a stimulus. I can still create a adaptation. And I think I got caught in my own head too much being a coach, thinking I needed everything to be perfect and set that up. But no, I'm hitting, it might be bench and chins, it might just be RDLs, it might just be squats, but that's enough at the moment. And just enough to keep me ticking over and just keep moving. In a prep, it's very different for me. Like I'm a very all or nothing type of person. I have to have I wouldn't say like everything needs to be. I'm not to the scale. I used to be to the scale where I would wear the same shirt to every training session because I had a good session in it.
Got a lucky shirt, bro.
Yeah, 100%. But the mindset for me was, how can I improve every single day? And that would take priority over everything. So I wouldn't sit here and say it was the most healthiest mindset because it did consume me, for my best comp ever, it consumed everything. And I think I paid less attention to the important things in my life. Actually, no, I don't think. I know I paid less attention to the more important things in my life.
Yep.
As we said, in our last episode, lifting's not everything. So I think my mindset was, how can I be better every day? And that was through nutrition. I would take naps in the day. As soon as I wake up, I would visualize like the what I was going to squat or whatever I was training that day. If I wasn't training that day, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go in, I'm going to foam roll, do some mobility, try and keep my body in good nick. So I wouldn't say it was the most healthy mindset, but it got me to the goal for that period of my life where I look at things a bit differently now and go, this is a priority right now, but it's not going to be a priority forever. I guess to add to that, going into heavy sessions, my mindset was very much like, I think I took a lot away from obviously working with Gwayne and how he talks about that shark mentality of it's him versus the bar. And for me, it would be very much similar of like, it was me versus me, but the bar was me, and I had to beat it. I had to beat it. As corny as it sounds or whatever it is, cliche, it was just visualizing myself on the bar, or me being the bar, and that I would beat it, because I thrived off almost putting myself down. I had to prove myself that I could do it. So a lot of my self-talk was quite negative. Like, you're a piece of shit. You're not going to get this. You're going to miss this. You can't do this. Because for me, that ignited something in me that went, let's fucking go. I'm going to show you exactly what I can do. So it was quite full on for me, but it's just how I worked. It's just what I found that allowed me to be in the position to squat, bench, and deadlift the most amount of weight.
Yeah, I love it.
What about yourself?
Man, I think when I reflect, I think you've got to have a mindset for your training, and then you've got to maybe potentially match that to the type of training. And then I think, so example would be where you're at your training at the moment, and it's not a priority, and it's just you want to train and do some sets and reps and have enjoyment and stuff, but you still need to have a mindset with being okay with that, not being a competitive lifter, and that struggle of those two, and then using the things that we can from competitive enough that we enjoy, like setting goals, breaking them, beating them. We can still get that same dopamine enjoyment. Like if we set a goal of training for 30 minutes and we nail that, our little brain's going to tick that as a goal and
Absolutely.
say, fuck yeah, same as you and me setting a goal to pull something. If we tick that and do that, we're going to get same release. So you make sure doing those things, but then you've got to then be able to flick it for competition mindset. And then I think we both can reflectiveness, look back on the past on our less bet good decisions and add a little asterisk to it and say it should be done healthy.
Yeah.
Do it in a way that I think you don't regret in years to come. Like, I think it's okay to sit here and say, yeah, I prioritize all these things over these things. That's fine. But in 5 years' time, you're going to regret the things you didn't prioritize.
100%.
Is probably the healthy way to do it right now.
We get very, obviously with the 12-week, 20-week prep, we get caught in the only looking in those 12 to 20 weeks. I don't think I ever asked myself, will I regret this in 5 years' time? Will I look back and go, you're an idiot in 5 years' time?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Like, for me, a simple one that I can reflect on is I did a squat training run where a trainer competed for a 3 lift. The only way I could do that at that time was to train on a Wednesday night, which meant I couldn't be home for family time. My biggest regret is that I wasn't home for family time, to the point where I kind of wish I didn't do the training run now. And learning from that experience is I'm never going to do that again. Absolutely. I'll train for the things that I want to do, and I will reflect on what the goal is possible based off the time that I have to do it. And that means I will not be doing it at nighttime when I miss out doing bath time with Kendra or hanging out with Jay Lee for nighttime stuff. That's never happening fucking again, because I'm disappointed in myself for that. Got me the great result, but I'm still, in retrospect, think it sucked. But I'm in a competitive edge mindset this time, learning from that. I'm making sure I'm only training what suits the balance of the lifestyle, and still selfish when it's time to lift weights, and still very focused on my task and my thing. Fuck, you'd love it. I'd drive to deadlift sessions listening to Stan Efferding pumping out of my brain.
The OG.
I'm thinking about what I'm lifting. I'm thinking about what I'm lifting in 5 weeks. not even next week. I know in a healthy way, not a consuming way, consuming healthy way. Where I know I've got to do what I need to do next week because that lets me get closer to the one I want to do. And I'm really thinking about the fucking one I want to do in 5 weeks because then I know what I'll do that in 5 weeks in Manchester. Forget about it. Everything happens. But I think doing it in a healthy way means that a tiny bit of me is allowing it to be okay if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
As well. So I don't want to allow doubt in my head, but at the same time, the thing we always talk about, can't have those super highs without super lows. I recognize that that is an option.
I also think to add to that, it's two things. I like how you set like that routine of you driving to deadlifts and playing stand FD. That's your marker to then switch into competitive athlete mode.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, like that's your switch off. That's your thing. And going back to that, like, yeah, we want these, we don't want doubt in our mind, but we have to accept that things could go wrong. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, or work towards the best. But if you can't accept that there's that other side of the coin, you've already set yourself up to not fail, but have a really poor experience or less than ideal experience.
And then from a training block perspective, like you can potentially have a bad day. Like, you want to go in like, I'm going to pull fucking 275. I'm going to fucking do 3 singles. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Then you warm up and it doesn't. You need to be cool with it not happening. Also recognize why you're sad because that was really important to you. So it's okay to be sad about it, but be ready to be super reactive so you don't stay sad for too long.
Have plans in place. Have plans in place to know what if. And I think Steffi Cohen talked about it, and it was one of the best things I took into the last big meet I did where I had my best comp ever. It's, visualizing what would happen if I missed my opener. What would I do different? What would I do? What would I feel? I put myself in those scenarios. I actually worked with a sports psychologist around this sort of stuff to go, okay, if this happens, if I miss a call, I miss this, I know I'm still solid. I've got a plan to manage my anxiety, my emotions, and a plan for how to make this a still positive experience.
Yeah, 100%. I love the idea. Like, I get all my guys to play the comp through the day before. Like, and we do a session about it. We go to the gym, we do a training session. Ideally, in Dream World, we're using the competition gear at the weigh-in area, and we run through the session. And part of the things I want them to consider is warming up feels flat. Opener was 200. All right, cool. We drop it down to 90. You walk over the desk in your brain, tell them it's 190. You know that's the right thing to do. And you just fucking send it because you know you can jump now. It's all good. Just playing those comp day things out. Such a good toy to have.
100%. I don't think we spend enough time visualizing because I think we spend too much time watching what we've done on our phones rather than going, okay, reflection internally, how did it feel, how did it move, and then matching it to the what the images show. But I think what you said there is like run through it exactly how you want the day to go, and then how it may potentially fuck up, and what would you do? Because the example you use there of like having to drop your opening squat, you see it all the time, and people are so resistant to it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah,
make the right call. Get on the fucking board, and we go from here.
Yeah. And if you've played that scenario out in your head and you've made yourself be okay with it and understand why you got to do it, and just move on because you realize there's competition, and you really don't know what's on the platform until you jump on the platform, right? You'd be cool with it. And then here's one, mate. I visualize in the shower. Like, you don't get a lot of quiet time. The shower's a bit of a quieter time. And post-training, big deadlift sessions, when I have my shower, I play through the session, how things felt, what I need to work on. And then I start thinking, because for me, the number's 300. I want to pull that in 5 weeks. And I want to pull that for 2 singles. I start playing it out. How's that session going to feel? What's 300 going to feel like? The first one's going to fucking fly. It's going to fucking fly. Second one's going to be hard. I'm ready for fucking hard. And then I know in the back of my head, I'm starting to think, all right, cool. When if that does happen, am I going to be cool to drop back a little bit if I need to? Yeah. You'll be an adult, Johnny. Don't stress. 295. You'll do that if you need to. Don't worry about it. That doesn't dictate success or failure for when you go to Manchester. And I just play that scenario out just over and over because I know that's going to be the big session that really matters. And then I go flip side of the coin. I'm like, Johnny, don't be a dickhead when 300 flies. And I think it's important when you're self-talking, use good language too. When it flies, not if, when it flies.
Yes.
Don't be an idiot. Just do it again. You don't need more. More doesn't get you more in Manchester. More just is you don't need it. Just do what you need to do today. Stick to your plan. And just playing those words over in my own head. So in 5 weeks' time, I've done that deadlift session. I did it 3 months ago. Allows you to have more fun too.
Absolutely. I love what you're doing there, and the message there, like, if it does move, when it does move well, and to be an adult, one thing I reminded myself, and again, a lot of my training preps is, I don't need to be super strong right now. I need to be super strong on the platform.
Yeah.
I don't need to be, and that's one thing I played myself. It's like, not save it for the platform, just unleash it on the platform.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's a big thing in the mindset game. So, also, big shout out to us. We are so much more mature than what we were 5 years ago. Look at us.
Mature motherfuckers. Yeah, 100%. And that's just shows the ability to learn and reflect on things that were successful and not successful, and make sure you don't make the same mistakes again. Mistakes. Because I'd like a steak. Yeah. Would you like the next one?
Is it the? I was going to ask you this one because you're probably
it's not the second one you're looking at. It's the third one, and I can read it out for you.
Yeah, the Capo versus GPC.
Sure we've got Capo, GPC, APL, APU. Fuck knows. I like that. That's funny because I think that sums up what's going on in the land of Australia right now. Like, in no specific order, like GPC, Capo, APL, whatever, APU, APL, GPC. I don't give a fuck. That kind of sums it up. There's a few others kicking around I don't really know of.
Well, yeah, I was literally looking at this going, that's only what we got: Capo, GPC, APL, APU. Then you've got US APL.
Oh, US APL, yep.
Then you got WRPF.
Got them too, yep.
So that's what, 6 federations.
Yeah, then I think you've got the old powerlifting Australia too, right? They're probably
I still think PA's carrying on. So you got 7.
Yeah.
Is there any others?
Probably.
Man, I did straight off the head, 7 federations. That's a lot,
bro. It's a lot. Plus 1 million novice comps. There's a lot happening. I think there's a lot happening. I think there'll be less happening in the future. Would be, people start to vote and lift where they want to lift, and you'll see some rise and some not potentially. I think those 4. Is it 4? Yep. Capo, GPC, APL, APU. I think they're the ones that are doing it. GPC's got a lot of strong humans. Capo's doing some cool shit. APL's fucking off the chain, driven by Thomas and Daniel, and APU's Team IPF. So whether you hate APU or not, doesn't matter. They're IPF affiliate, and that is the biggest powerlifting federation in the world. Love it or hate it, they are it.
Well, we said it a couple of weeks ago, but if you're unsure of what federation to suit, it can be confusing. Fuck me, I can completely understand. Find the federation that's going to best suit you. So straight off the bat, if you're not wanting to use knee wraps and you want to stay as a natural athlete, APU's you. That's you.
Yeah.
Stay in that lane. Take it. Like, they don't use a deadlift bar. That's okay. They don't use a squat bar. If you choose that, that's what you do.
APL, I did hear they're not allowed music anymore.
Okay. Don't choose APU.
That may or may not be true. Please don't hold me accountable to that. But someone did tell me that the other day.
Fucking hell. APL, I think APL's doing great things. Obviously, they've got their tested, non-tested division. Then they've got their wraps and non-wraps. In a sense, they've separated really well. But it's a lot. There's a lot to digest just there.
Yeah. It's shiny, it's cool. They're doing cool shit, bro. They're crushing it. Thomas is driving the boat. And 100%. What everyone, in my personal opinion, I may or may not know, I help look after Capo stuff in Queensland. So we all need to watch what they're doing because they're doing cool shit. And rising tide raises the boats. Well, it will set the standard higher. And if you're in your boat, you better start fucking stepping up. Is what you need to do, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And if we do, then, man, fucking sweet. The cool thing is more people powerlifting than there was before. It's fucking rad. That's what's cool.
100%. So I think APL is doing things really, really well, and it's gonna push other feds to really. And as you said, obviously being part of Capo, and you're what I like to call a very intelligent state delegate. You look to what others are doing and not steal it, but okay, cool. Let's add to it. How can we improve?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think
we're not trying to compete with them. We're not like, I gotta need to be better than them. So no, man, we just got to do our own thing, but do it really well. And if they're doing it fucking really well, we need to do it really well too.
Absolutely, give a good comp experience for the athlete.
Mm.
And I think that's what Capo and APL are really doing. I know there's still a lot of good GPC comps being run around, the guys do up in Mackay, and then what the guys, obviously Maddie's doing out of Valhalla has always been good. He's really raised the standard. So, answer that question a little bit. It's like, I'm going to say, read the rule book, find which one suits you best, understand that some will allow different hand positions, possibly some allow elbow sleeves, some allow knee sleeves, some exactly. Like you said it, not me. That's okay. But I think just read the rule book, even though it seems a little tedious.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and don't just go along to a couple of them. Jump in all of them. Fuck, I've done them all.
Yeah, you have, bro.
I haven't done APU though. I haven't done that one.
You haven't done APU, but music. You have.
I need music and I need smelling salts.
You've done Capo backed out with GPC the very next day.
Yeah, I did. That's fucking right. That was sick.
And benched 2 PRs in 2 days.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I was cooked after that. That was mad fun. I wish I could line that up again. If that lined up again, I would absolutely do that. I'd love to do 2-3 lifts. That'd be so sick.
You are insane.
Yeah, why not? I enjoy comp. Like,
I know you
competing's
do.
fun.
That's insane.
And I'd enjoy the prep too. Just trying to train a bit. I don't know. You'd train some back-to-back days or something, just to get kind of your body acclimated to kind of stepping up 2 days in a row. I don't know what you do, but I think it'd be fun. I'd get around that.
You are the godfather.
We got sports psychology. Would be an awesome injury recovery prevention topic. I got one comment for that, and that is the often overlooked, never talked about, and or considered part of an injury rehab process, whether it's small, medium, or large, is your psychologicalness of it, if that's the most appropriate word. Psychological, yeah. You've got to, you've got to rehab your psychology of it. Like you've got to accept being injured and being cool with it, and then also accept not being injured as well.
I think it goes back to what we said a lot about the start as well, accepting that things could go wrong in the sport on the day in training, and that doing what we do every day, yes, reps on sets and all that, like it builds consistency, builds resilience, and we've got to have some mental resilience as well. So I find, for me, and I'm a big advocate for it, and look, first and foremost, go work with a sports psychologist if it's something that you have doubts about or interest in. It's an absolute brilliant.
Particularly if you've got, any reason, but if you've injured something somewhat significant and you're struggling with that concept and idea, definitely go and see someone and talk about it, because it's an actual thing that needs to be rehabbed as well.
Absolutely. And one thing I find is just writing, and it comes back to the reflection we spoke at the start. Like a lot of what we said at the start about our mindset is interwoven into this, but I would spend the time at the end of a session and just find 3 things that you are grateful for in that session, or 3 positive things from that session that you can really focus on, take away. That, I believe, even when you then have things go wrong in training, builds mental resilience. So when things do go wrong, it's not going to fucking shatter you.
Yeah, it's cool. Be cool with it too. We're driving this fucking meat vehicle hard.
This meat vehicle, yep.
Literally. Yeah, it was something I was seeing about the other day. Like, it was, I can't remember who was a chat with. It was a client who had a busted shoulder or something. And his GP even said to him, he goes, man, if you weren't doing this thing, the sport and whatever, your shoulder would be fine. It's just the fact we test and drive our bodies hard that occasionally some bits get a bit hurt.
Like you drive a car long enough, something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, and you want to drive that Ferrari hard. It's fun. It's real fun.
Absolutely love it. That was a good one.
Was good. I have one random question for you.
I knew it was coming.
It's good. I'm mapping out the next 10 as we speak, and I'll give you the first one. Are you ready? What do you hide in your wardrobe?
I hide. I don't think in my wardrobe, well, nothing I hide is actually in my wardrobe. It's all everywhere else.
There we go. I love it. Everyone's got a hidey hole.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. I think anything's in the wardrobe that I hide. I did hide Nicola's engagement ring in there.
Yeah, there we
previously.
go. I think I ran a similar model for Jay Lee's.
Well, they're just not going to go through your undies.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
They're not creeps like me.
I'm not going to say exactly. Well, fuck, Jay Lee doesn't watch this, does she? She needs to catch up. Yeah, I'm not saying where my hidey hole is, but yes, definitely in the wardrobe.
I love it. That's fucking
Then
great.
eventually, when Kendra's big enough to work out that Santa's here, it's going to be at the top of the wardrobe because she says she can't see where it is.
Fucking oath, bro. I remember those days.
89 days till Christmas, bro.
89?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh my god, it's coming so quick. I cannot
Get
fucking
ready.
keep up.
Get ready. Santa's coming to town.
Johnny's favorite time of year. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm ready.